Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about the Fike Shpro fire suppression system. We have a video on that also as well, but I would like to emphasize and take on to most of the questions people are asking also as well. It will be answered in the videos. So let's just go on to the overview of it. So as you can see, this has been labeled nicely, we intentionally did that, and it's a requirement that has to be done most always, so then it will be easy for traceabilities. In case of any faults, you know where to go. In case there is an MCP trouble, you don't need to just be figuring out where you are supposed to go. If you don't know, you can just come straight up onto that. You will know that the MRS is the manual release station, so then you can start your troubleshooting from there. Okay, so these ones are the input devices. So the input devices comprises of the zone 1, zone 2, MRS, abort switch, and the low pressure switch, that is the LPS. And when you come to the output consists of the bell, the horn strobe, the strobe light, and the IRM. The IRM is the impulse release module, which is connected to the impulse valve operator, that is the IVO. Okay, and from this side, these are the interfaces. So you can see from here, this is the trouble interface, which has an end of line that is being monitored. Okay, and from this side, this is the first alarm. It's here, first alarm. So when you come here, we have the second stage alarm and the discharge stage alarm. Okay, the first relay here is also first stage alarm. So in case you would have a relay and you'd want to just connect it to an interface which is going to shut down on first alarm, you can use this spot that is just down here. Okay, the relay one, as you can see. Okay, so and from this side, this is the power supply. Here you would have a resettable power supply that you can just feed the relay that you would want to put. So there are spaces here that you can put, and these are the batteries that are being connected. Okay, so here we are using battery 12 volts 7Ah, and this is the transformer supplying power. So in the first place, we have a transformer which is 240 volts that is being transformed to 24 volts AC. Okay, so with the AC, it's being connected to the board, which is the power that is coming is being controlled and has a fuse, that is the AC fuse of 10 amps here, and the battery's fuse is also 10 amps. Okay, so this has rectifiers that is going to be rectified to DC, which the panel is going to use. So actually the panel is using 24 volts DC power supply with a battery also of 24 volts DC also as well. So going through in activation, the zone 1 is inside, that is the zone 1 detector. The zone 2 is the zone 2 detector. The MRS here is the manual release station, or the MPS, manual pull station, that we know. This is the abort switch, which is always inside, and this is the low pressure switch, LPS, that is near the cylinder to just monitor the cylinder's pressure. In case the pressure goes down, immediately it will be alerted and it's gonna give a supervisory signal, which you will be alerted. So by the time you would check, you will know that the system is on low. And this is the bell. This is the notification appliances. This the bell which rings on whenever there is any activation on the first stage, the bell will start to ring. And on the second stage is the horn strobe, and on the release stage is the strobe light, and this is the IRM. After the 30 seconds, signal will be sent to the IRM, and the IRM will give signal to the IVO, which the IVO is going to activate, and when it activates, it will punch the cylinder and it's going to release the cylinder. Now when you look here also as well, as we talk, we will see the last part is for the solenoid. So in case you would want to use foam system, so this panel is good for deluge system, foam system, also any other pre-action also as well. You can just use it by just connecting it to the solenoid. So there is agent release and there is solenoid also as well. Okay, so this panel is quite good and the usage is also simple. It's usable. Okay, from this side is where you're gonna see the dip switch. Dip switch, I'm planning to make one video because it entails a lot, but mostly here what we've done is for the cross zoning and also for abort switch to just stand back to 30 seconds whilst it's being pressed. The cross zoning zone 1, zone 2 to activate with 30 seconds, then after the strobe light will just activate like that. Okay, this is the settings that we've set. But in case we would want to use the solenoid, then it means to say we need to tamper with this dip switch here by activating 1 or 2 and removing some of it also as well. Because with the foam system, mostly we don't put abort switch. So if we want it to release on 0 seconds, then we would have to use the dip switch. So with these settings, we have the 30 seconds incorporated in it. Okay, we can also make the dip switch to get 60 seconds and whatever that you want, 45 seconds like that. It's all dependent on your switches. So then I will take time to just make a video on the dip switch, then we'll highlight on the numeral changes as well also. Okay, so then if I would remove this 10 amps fuse for the AC, you will see there will be a trouble. So I will try to remove. Okay, now it's removed. So what are we seeing here? It's a little bit, there is some, it's a dash, like a hyphenated. Okay, it's hyphen, I just silent it. So that's the strobe light. Okay, so then as I said, this has been labeled also 24 volts DC to the battery. You can see from the down is battery and this is for the AC supply. Okay, so 24 volt AC from the transformer. Okay, and these are the batteries. So in case I would remove one of the batteries, okay, one battery is being removed. So let's see the signal that we're gonna get. Okay, so now we have trouble beeping. I will silent it. Okay, it's silent. So you see trouble here, and when you see, look at here, you have E. So when you have E, you can just come here. So the label E means battery failure. Battery failure. You can see from the battery failure. Okay. So immediately you come for troubleshooting and it's E, you definitely know that it's an indication from the battery. So you check your battery's voltage, you check the connections. Sometimes the cable connectors, it's not touching properly, it's loose. So then it will just be giving you trouble. So you can just check all these things. So during maintenance, most purposefully, you need to clean the device and clean the panel very well. Just let it be free from dust. Mostly it helps the panel, its health. Okay, so I will just connect it back. So let's look at it. I will just connect it back. Immediately it's so sensitive. When the battery comes, it becomes normal. So mostly you need to see only the AC normal. Resetting gives you all the lights. So the resetting also you can just use to do the lamp test also as well. In case of disablement, the disablement is also giving supervisory signal. So in case you come and you hear a sound like this, with this sound, just let's listen to this sound. Okay, this is this output is disabled and it's on supervisory. So all the supervisories would just give this double beeps, just like that. Okay, so now what is here, you can see D D, and you can see 9, D and 9. Okay, so let's see D. D, the small d is what? Release disabled. Okay, and the 9 actually is coming from the IRM, the agent release. So you can see from here the number 9, see 9 and 10, so it means the 9 has been disabled, so the output has been disabled. Okay, what if you come and you will see 0 showing on the panel? So when you come and you see 0 showing on the panel, it means it's what? Ground fault. And how to troubleshoot ground fault also I will show you. And in case you see B, it says it's invalid abort. When you press abort when there is no any activation, okay, it will be showing B. But in case there is a pre-alarm stage, that is our pre-discharge stage alarm on, and you press the abort, it's going to give you A and 4, because the 4 here, you can see the abort is on the 4th one. Zone 1 is 1, zone 2 is 2, MRS is 3, and abort is number 4. Okay, LPS is number 5. So when you see 5 is LPS, when you see 6 is bell, when you see 7 it's honk, when you see 8 it's horn strobe, and when you see 9 it's IRM. Okay, and when you see 11 it's the solenoid, because this small light screen cannot show 1 and 0, so it will be showing 11. This is it. Okay, it's 11. So during troubleshooting, whenever you come you see 1 without any dot, because you can see there is 1 dot here. Okay, with dot 1, you come and see 1 without dots, it means to say the zone 1 has trouble. And when you come and see 2 without dots, zone 2 trouble. MRS 3 without dots, trouble. Aborts 4 without dots is trouble. 5 without dots is trouble in the low pressure, okay, in the abort. So this is the troubleshooting of it. Okay, it's so easy. When you come to 6, when you come and you see 6 without dots, bell has issue, there is trouble there. Horn strobe lights and IRM. So with that, so the numbers without dots means to say there's an open circuit or there's trouble in the panel. But here with the input devices, when you come and it's with dots, it means there's an activation. So when you activate zone 1, you will see 1 with dots. Zone 2, 1 with dot, 2 with dots. MRS, when somebody presses the manual push station, you see 3 with dots. Abort, when somebody presses, you see 4 with dots. LPS, when it activates, you see 5 with dots. But with this one, when you see 6 with dots, it means it's short circuited. It's short. Okay, with the output. Input is activation, but output it's short circuit. You understand? So this is the few things that you need to note on these things. So I think it will be helpful. And what else can we talk about? What else can we talk about? I said I will just make one video on this dip switch. Okay, so don't worry. So you have to just go through these things. So then whenever somebody calls you that, bro, there is trouble on your panel, you can ask them to check on the light. From outside there is this small glass here, which even if the panel is closed, the person can tell you whatever that is happening there. Okay, so for example, if the panel is closed, okay, you can see from here and the number will show. So we will just make an example. I will, okay, it's already on trouble, so I will just enable. So now I've enabled, okay, automatically goes, but I will just reset. You see from there, okay, This is it. Then in case I will make one trouble, just close. Okay, see, trouble. So what is the letter there? You can see it's E, right? So when they tell you it's E, you know that it's from the battery. I just removed the battery. Okay, just connect it back. Immediately it goes off. So that's it. So we will just move on to the inside, then we will see what is inside.